We've,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that matters. I don't know if that's something I want to. I mean, we changed the people.
All right. So for the direct reports that you do have and you coach them, have you been able to improve their performance or get them promoted or anything like that?
Yes, I've taken two folks that were direct reports of me that I hired, trained, that they were promoted. One was promoted to a assistant vice president of sales. The other
Mm-hmm.
one was promoted to running our call center in Indiana. Um,
Uh-huh.
we've in my market, we've had 3 consecutive safety managers of the year and 3 consecutive safety technicians of the year for those are national awards. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, none of my managers, well, one of them, I've had one manager win district manager of the year nationally. Um, Other than
All
that,
right.
we're always competing. But
All right. You mentioned this name and I didn't quite understand it. Were you saying SAPI? Can you tell me what that is?
yeah, safety is a very, we have what's called safety champions. Each
Uh-huh.
market, each market has a technician that is a safety champion and a peer leader for his team. And
Mm-hmm.
among those, we have one safety champion manager for the area. So those safety champions get together, they develop a safety plan every month, and we communicate it down. And we measure the 2 things there. One, their effectiveness in lowering safety incidences through driving and through workplace accidents.
Mm-hmm.
And they are compared to their peers across the nation as far as how they are successful. We've had 3 consecutive safety champion technicians come out of my area. So of the 11 technicians that are safety champions in my market, there's 42 markets across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had 3 of the winners for the technician of the year come out of my market, and we've
Uh-huh.
had three consecutive safety champion managers of the year come out of my market.
All right, perfect. So, how do you think you contributed to this?
Oh, just through, you know, teaching, coaching, mentoring, and leadering. I'm very involved in the safety champions, the with the criteria, the objective, and the way that we present it. I'm on every single one of these calls. We have safety follow-up meetings that are, if there is an incident, I'm involved at an area level with every single cut, every single abrasion, everything that's reported as a workplace incident. We do a review with the person and the manager, so there's some accountability there and learnings that we can shed across it. We take safety very seriously in my
All
in
right,
my.
all right, nice. So, um, so can you tell me how many products or product lines that you were selling?
With the service industry, the technician is the
Mm-hmm.
product. So
Oh, right,
think of
yeah. Mm-hmm.
so there's 3 different main things that we sell. We sell basically, well, not basically, we sell break fix. So if
Mm-hmm.
you have a restaurant and your refrigerator breaks, you call us up, we come out and we fix it, and you pay a fee for that, whatever it is, by the hour, by
All
the
right.
part, and all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no program sales there. We also have 2 different program sales. One would be a preventive maintenance program where we would go into a facility and say, your refrigerator keeps breaking on you. Would you like me to sell you a preventive maintenance program where I come in every month, every quarter, every week, or whatever, and do a preventive maintenance on it so we eliminate breakdowns? So that's our preventive maintenance program. And we also do something where we sell a block of time, technicians' time to restaurants. We call those My Techs. For
Mm-hmm.
example, you own a restaurant, you don't have anybody to come in and do facilities management because you're too small. You hire us, we come in for 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week, 8 hours a week, whatever you need. And our technician shows up and he fixes anything you need him to fix. It's a block of time that you're buying.
All right.
Those are the three
Perfect.
programs that we sell.
All right. So we did talk about your sales. We talked about the budget that you're supposed to achieve. Were there any other sales metrics that you were supposed to meet?
Well, nothing that would be, I mean, we have top line budget and we have our bottom line. Those are really the essence, and safety. Those are the three key metrics that the area was measured on. There's a bunch of sub metrics that are in there, you know, from everything from how many work orders were supposed to be closed today to overtime to utilization. I mean, there's so many unique metrics to this business. You know, I mean, I'd be happy to go through them all with you and provide you with the information on them. But it's a day-to-day conversation and measuring of the metrics, planning the calls that are out there and making sure that the team achieves them. I mean, every day I'm on the phone with every single market for the first 3-4 hours of the day, talking about what they did yesterday, what they're planning to do today, what is going to be their roadblocks, so to speak, and how do we get through those for the day to make sure that we achieve our daily goals.
All right. So for maybe top line growth or revenue growth, do you have those measures? What were you able to achieve during these years?
For the growth of my market?
Yeah, for revenue growth, basically.
Well, the revenue growth came from, I mean, over the course, I could give you, if you'd like, I can go back and give you individual years and say we grew by 10%, 5%, 20%, or whatever.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, hang on, let me write this down. So you need individual years?
Yep.
And this is just with SmartCare?
Yeah.
Year growth.
Even if you have the figures for Ecolab, I'd appreciate those too.
Oh my God. That's going to be a tough one. I mean, that goes, I mean, you got to go back, I got to go back 35 years for that.
Yeah.
So,
it's older,
I mean,
so it's not as important.
When I was in, you know, if you look at it, if you look at the resume I put on there, the different titles, I can tell you how many years I made budget on those years. As a territory manager with institutional, I made it 10 of 12 years in budget.
Okay.
As a distributor sales manager, we made budget 2 of the 3 years. The first year was a startup of Cisco San Diego, so there was really no budget there. It was a brand new business that I was responsible for. So I was there for 3 years, I believe.
Okay.
District sales manager, we made budget every year.
Perfect.
Area route manager, there was no budget. That was managing a route team, as was area sales manager. It was my metrics were different there. I was managing the sales of the area and the individual contributors to that area. So I didn't have a direct sales budget tied to those ones. And then with the equipment care, I think I told you what I make it 3 years. We made it 3 years there.
All right, perfect. And then for SmartCare, you'll get me the figures, right?
For SmartCare, we missed it last year. It was our first year as a stand-up organization. So we broke away from Ecolab in October of 2017. So 2018 was our first year as a startup. So we didn't make budget the company didn't make budget. This year, I'm on pace to make budget through June. June, we had 20% growth. But it's too early to tell. I guess if all things stayed equal, we would have made budget this year, our top and bottom line. For the last 3 months, we've made budget consistently.
All right, perfect. So, right, let's talk a little bit more strategic stuff, right? So, were there any strategies that you developed to drive sales?
Yes. In that category, I would say most of those ideas came out of when I was an area sales manager and when I was a distributor sales manager. Those two roles where I really developed and flourished as a sales leader. We developed sales blitzes and concentrated around themes.
Okay.
Keep in mind, when I was with Ecolab as a distributor sales manager, I was managing Cisco San Diego, and they were distributing products for Ecolab throughout the Southern California area, basically from Lake Elston, or actually, I'm sorry, it was from Palm Springs south. So I had a sales force for Ecolab that I was managing, as well as a sales and service force for Cisco. So I was trying to create sales for both markets and both companies. So we did develop sales plans, many different programs. I can't think of off the top of my head what they were called, but I know that we had some great success with those. When I was an area sales manager, we incorporated district sales people. They were called district sales representatives. And prior to that, let me go back. Every market, every district had salespeople in it that were responsible for sales and service. When I became the area sales manager, we changed it. We left the territory manager position alone, where they were responsible for selling and servicing, and we created a force of 18 specialized salespeople, meaning that their job was to just go out and sell every day, and I managed those people. So they reported directly to me for the entire area. So I had oversight over the people that were strictly selling, as well as the territory managers, indirectly dotted line to their selling abilities and what was sold in the entire Pacific Southwest area, which basically ran from San Luis Obispo south to the Mexican border. And in that market, there was 147 salespeople and 147 service and salespeople and 18 dedicated sales associates that reported directly to me for sales.
All right. So I'm sorry, but can we just stick to SmartCare for now? Because it kind of confuses me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Would that be okay? All right.
Okay.
So we'll talk about. I'm sorry?
With SmartCare, I wasn't involved in sales at all. I was always involved. I was involved in the operations side.
All right. So
yes.
All right. So with operations, then sales operations.
It was field operations. Yes, it was SmartCare.
All right. So were you able to improve the operations in any way here?
Yes. We improved everything. We improved our market penetration. I think I explained that earlier, where we went from the number of technicians in each market, our market share. We improved our profitability. So, like I said, we achieved our top line sales budget those number of years. Along with that, we also achieved our EBITDA and our earnings. So, and our OI. So yeah, I guess we did such a good job that Ecolab decided to sell us and we had a good business because we were able to be sold.
All right. So this EBITDA improvement that you were able to drive, can you quantify this for me?
What specifically are you looking for here?
Like a percentage?
A percentage of growth?
Yeah, for the EBITDA improvement, I'm assuming that there was a number associated with this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When you look at the top line, you can. Okay, let me do the math again here for you. So. So when I first took over as the market manager, on my sales that I was responsible for, top line sales was $25,500. I'm sorry, $25 million. $25 million.
All right.
Today, my market is worth 51 million.
All right. So I can calculate the percentage. Perfect. All right. And for the beta improvement again, were there any specific strategies that you were utilizing that we haven't talked about?
The only strategies that we used were hiring more technicians in metropolitan markets. We also
Okay.
went into emerging markets and remote areas where we were not servicing before. And we also created an environment, a positive work environment to retain our technicians and change it from a one in, one out to a place that they would want to stay. So we created an environment that was a I can't think of the word right now. We were a desired place to work. How's that?
All right. All right. So a couple of questions for this then. You said that you were moving into emerging markets. So were you identifying these opportunities?
Yes, yes.
All
And
right.
it was twofold. By our customers that we were prospecting were driving us to move to new markets. For example, if a customer was in Phoenix and we were prospecting them and they said, hey, listen, I have business in Tucson, could you support that as well? We then went out and moved into that market to follow our customers' needs. And we hired appropriately and built those markets. We also proactively went out and looked at markets that we wanted to get into based on market share and our competitors. And yeah, that's about it. So, I mean, those are the reasons that we went there. We also refused to go, like Reno. We didn't go to Reno. Our customers want to go to Reno. We don't want to go to Reno. It's just not a market that we did. So we made the decisions where we would grow to.
All right, perfect. And then you said that you were developing a positive work environment. Did that improve the retention rate for your technicians?
We would do, I'm sorry, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
No problem. So I'm wondering if you were measuring the retention rate for your for your technicians?
Yes, yes.
Did that improve?
Field, it did improve, and that was the way we were able to grow. In this industry, the retention rate of a technician, because it is an hourly field, and the competition is very stiff, our retention rate ran around, the business runs around 30%. We ran it at 22% retention. So company-wide, our retention rate was 33%.
All right. And what was it like before?
It was the same. It's always been 33% has been the mark in this company. So when I got here, the company mark was 33%. We were able to control my area down to 32%.
All right. All right. So you also said that you were providing like a positive work environment. So can you tell me how you were doing that?
Yes, we mandated that there was monthly meetings where we put the technicians in once a month. We did, believe it or not, we did barbecues and team building events. We took them to events. We did everything that we could to try and create less of a corporate ownership, more of a local ownership in the market. I went around and did barbecues. We had contests, and I would literally come in and do barbecues for the team and run the barbecue and did those types of things. So we tried to make it more of a family environment. But just at the stage for the technicians, there was no brick and mortar buildings here. So the technicians worked from their home. So they would take their van home and they would work every day. So they were completely isolated in their jobs.
All right.
We wanted to create, through doing these events, a team atmosphere. I mean, literally, they could go a month without seeing their manager or seeing a peer, but they would talk to them on the phone or through email or whatever. We wanted to break those walls down.
Nice. So was this your idea, the monthly meeting thing?
Was that my idea? It was collaborative with my managers. So we did surveys with our technicians, and we took those results and discussed them as a management team, and as a leadership team, we decided that this was something that we would do collectively in all the markets. That was something that was needed. Yes.
All right. So since you said that you were working in operations, were you able to increase the operational efficiency in some way?
What, the operational efficiencies, improve them?
Yeah.
Of course we improved them, yes. We took our utilization from, utilization is time paid to the technician versus how many hours he charges the customer. There's a number there that we're looking for. When I took over, our utilization was in the low 50% range. Today, I literally just got the report. We were at 71.2%. So
Very nice.
we've increased our utilization, 20 points over the course of my tenure.
All right. So can you tell me exactly what steps you took to make this happen?
Yes, it's 100% behavior modification. With this one, it's literally enforcing and teaching and coaching the technicians when they get to a job to punch into the call, to charge the customer for all their time, to not make credits in the field, to work through their manager. And so basically we set the process up, and we developed the process and enforced the process to increase our productivity. Whereas it was willy-nilly in the past.
All right. So let's see. Right. So I know that you mostly, because it's a service thing, so you had mostly individual clients, but for the facilities that you had, that you were servicing, did you improve the relationships there in some way?
Yes. Like I mentioned earlier, there wasn't